U.S. Air Force F-16 evades Houthi missile attack and the retaliatory strike that followed. The moment everything changed. At exactly 5:23 p.m. local time, a U.S. Air Force F-16 from the 421st Fighter Squadron was providing aerial cover for a U.S. naval task force steaming along the coast of Yemen. Up until that moment the patrol had been uneventful, with no signs of immediate threats. However, in a split second everything changed. Unbeknownst to the pilot, a Houthi-operated SA-6 surface-to-air missile system had locked onto his aircraft from a hidden battery near Hudaydah. With a maximum effective range of 23 kilometers and a top speed of Mach 2.8, the missile was already on its way, leaving the pilot with mere seconds to react. Countering the incoming missile threat. Fortunately, the F-16 is equipped with a sophisticated suite of electronic countermeasures, or ECM, turning what could have been a deadly encounter into a test of technology and skill. One of its first lines of defense is the AN/APG-83 radar, mounted on the aircraft's nose. This advanced radar system immediately detected the missile launch at a distance of 42 kilometers. In response, the pilot executed a steep dive, rapidly descending from 30,000 feet to 15,000 feet. This maneuver was crucial because SA-6 missiles rely on semi-active radar homing, meaning they require continuous guidance from a ground-based radar to stay locked on target. By rapidly changing altitude and position, the pilot aimed to disrupt the fire control lock. However, the SA-6 system is highly effective, capable of tracking fighter-sized targets with a 5-square-meter radar cross-section at distances of up to 470 kilometers. Despite the pilot's aggressive maneuvers, the Houthi radar operators were able to maintain lock and launched additional missiles, forcing the F-16 into further evasive action. Deploying countermeasures, breaking the kill chain. With only 18 seconds to react, the pilot had to rely on the aircraft's next layer of defense, the TERP, which is mounted under the wings. Each PIDS module weighs 19 kilograms and slightly reduces the F-16's weapons load by 3%, but the trade-off is invaluable. The system is equipped with 6 AAR-60V2 ultraviolet sensors, providing 360-degree missile launch detection within a 10-kilometer range. As soon as the PIDs detected the incoming SA-6 missiles, it automatically deployed 12 MJU-50B infrared flares and 24 RR-180 radar-reflective chaff bundles. These countermeasures created a half-kilometer-wide IR and RF decoy cloud, designed to mislead the missile's tracking system. However, the Houthis had modernized their SA-6SS with improved seekers, and the decoys were not enough to fully break the missile lock. The final defense: electronic warfare at its finest. With limited options remaining, the pilot activated the ALQ-184 ECM pod, mounted on the aircraft's belly. This advanced electronic warfare system is capable of jamming enemy radars across the 2 to 20 GHz frequency range using digital radio frequency memory technology. It can also disrupt the SA-6's 6 to 8 GHz fire control radar link between the missile and its launch platform. As soon as the ECM pod engaged, the connection between the SA-6 missiles and their ground controllers was severed. This forced the missiles into ballistic flight, causing them to miss their target completely. The F-16 had successfully evaded multiple incoming missiles, but the battle was far from over. Just 44 minutes later, at 6:07 p.m., a U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drone operating from Chabeli Airfield in Djibouti was conducting routine reconnaissance 50 miles northeast of Hudaydah. The drone was monitoring Houthi supply convoys, gathering intelligence on enemy reinforcements. Frustrated by their earlier failure to down the F-16, Houthi gunners attempted another missile strike, this time targeting the Reaper. Despite being less maneuverable than an F-16, the MQ-9 Reaper was not defenseless. It was equipped with the Pandora missile warning system, which detected the launch within 8 seconds. The Reaper immediately executed an automated response, deploying countermeasures from its AN/AL-47 dispenser system, while rapidly climbing above 15,000 feet to stay out of the missile's effective zone. In quick succession, the drone launched 8 infrared flares in just 4 seconds and a 300-square-meter chaff cloud. This tactic was effective in confusing the missile's targeting system, but the drone was not entirely unscathed. Upon landing, maintenance crews found multiple shrapnel holes from the SA-6's 12,000 steel pellet warhead in its right wing. Fortunately, the damage was minor, and the drone was operational again soon after. The daylight attack on U.S. military assets in international airspace could not go unanswered. The White House and U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, quickly authorized a retaliatory strike. By 1:30 a.m., the USS Spruance, a guided missile destroyer, had maneuvered into launch position in the Red Sea. However, instead of using traditional Tomahawk cruise missiles, the Navy opted for a high-speed precision strike using SM-6 missiles. Why the SM-6? Designed as an air defense missile, the SM-6 can also strike surface targets. With a speed of Mach 3.5, it is significantly harder to intercept compared to Tomahawk missiles. Its 1,500-kilogram warhead delivers a devastating impact in record time. At 3:45 a.m., two SM-6 missiles roared out of the VLS cells of the USS Spruance and streaked toward the Houthi SA-6 launcher site near Hudaydah. Within 6 minutes, both missiles struck their target with pinpoint accuracy, completely destroying the launcher and its radar system. Signals intelligence confirmed that 8 Houthi operators were eliminated in the strike. Recognizing the need to cripple the Houthi air defense network, the U.S. launched a follow-up operation. At 6:00 p.m., waves of F-18 Super Hornets from the USS Harry S. Truman took to the skies, each armed with AGM-154 Joint Standoff Weapons, JSOWs, long-range GPS-guided munitions capable of hitting targets 130 kilometers away. Between 6:00 p.m. and 11:30 p.m., successive strike waves destroyed 14 ballistic missile stockpiles, neutralized 3 additional SA-6 launchers, and eliminated 23 anti-ship cruise missiles. To finish the job, the USS Gravely fired 6 Tomahawk cruise missiles into the rubble, ensuring the complete destruction of the Houthi air defense infrastructure. While this operation severely degraded the Houthis' ability to target U.S. forces, their stockpile of weapons remains significant. The question now remains, how far is the U.S. willing to go to ensure air superiority over Yemen's skies?